Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. My wife got on me for that while I was rolling my R's. I'm like, hey, you know, I took 4 semesters of Spanish in college and cannot remember one word, but I remember to roll my R's. I know, Big C, you're thinking to yourself, Stanhenge. I thought it was Stonehenge. No. It's actually, if you go back, it's Stanhenge. The mythical, powerful creature Stan put all these stones together. They don't know how he did it. I don't know, but it's Stanhenge. So it's not Stonehenge. Today's topic is a good one, the pros and cons of fixed indexed annuities. Oh my gosh, the holy grail, Stan, you're finally going to cover indexed annuities and what Johnny Appleseed Agent's telling me at the Bad Chicken Dinner Seminar and all these really cool videos on YouTube that are the exact opposite of what you say. I know, it's going to be fun filleting these people like a flounder factually after this. So the pros and cons of fixed index annuities. Let's go backwards. I'm going to give you a little history lesson. Sit down, get your pen out and your paper. Or if you're typing, that's fine. Fixed index annuities. Did you hear that, Dr. C? Fixed index annuities were put on the planet in 1995 to compete with CD returns. They're not market products. In fact, early, back in the day, and I was there, because I know what you're saying, Stan, you're young and vibrant. I'm 62 at the time of this tape, and you're going, that can't be. That's some really good supplements you're taking. No, actually. If you cut me in half, like when you do a tree, there's like a zillion rings, you know, for age. But back in the day in 1995, they were called equity indexed annuities. The industry had to change the name because you had Johnny Appleseed Agent that just has a life insurance license, which all it takes to sell an indexed annuity is a life insurance license. It's not a security. Well, it's like equities. You know, we're buying kind of like equities. No, you're not. You're buying an option on an index that doesn't include dividends, okay? I could go for hours on this, and I have because I've written a book on it. If you go to my site at The Annuity Man, you can get a fixed indexed annuity owner's manual. Okay, they had to change the name to fixed indexed annuity because it's a fixed annuity regulated at the state level. It's not a security. You had to score 70 on a life insurance, state life insurance licensing test to be able to sell it. So I always say, you could be the biggest sociopath in the world, pass the test on a Monday, give a seminar on indexed annuities on a Friday, and then sell it to you on a Monday. That's called a low bar. Okay, that's the lowest bar of all time. The pros of a fixed indexed annuity. Number one, it's a fixed annuity, so it doesn't go down. But this is where the game starts from the sales pitch standpoint. They start playing with that a little bit. So number one, it's a fixed annuity. You're not going to lose any money. Okay. Number two, if the planets align themselves, you're going to get CD-type returns, not market returns. You're going to get CD-type returns, not market returns. You're going to get CD-type returns, not market returns. If anybody says otherwise, they're pushing the truth. Let's just say it like that, okay? The other positive about fixed index annuities is you can attach what's called an income rider to them, writing on top of the policy, for lifetime income. Give an example. Draw a line down a blank sheet of paper, index annuity over here, income rider over here, 2 separate ledgers. This is the lifetime income guarantee. That's where we focus. So when you go to our site and you run an income rider quote, it's on top of an indexed annuity, but we don't care about that. So indexed annuities, okay, if you buy it without the income rider, there's no annual fees and no moving parts. At the time of this taping, check the date. I don't know why you would do that. Maybe that'll change in the future, but I don't see that happening. I've been doing this for a long, long time, and since 1995, I've not seen one that's a standalone, because multi-year guarantee annuities, the annuity industry version of a CD, outperforms indexed annuities, regardless of what Johnny Appleseed Agent says. Okay, so it's fixed. You're not going to lose any money. Okay, you're going to get CD returns. Okay, and you get to attach an income rider for lifetime income at the time of application if you're looking for lifetime income. Remember the 2 questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? If you answer the first one, lifetime income, and then the second one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the road, 10 years down the road, we want income to start. That's an income rider. So that's the positives of indexed annuities. We don't hate them. We hate how they're sold, which leads us to the negatives. The negatives to indexed annuities primarily revolve on how they are promoted, pitched, sold, high pressured. Indexed annuities can have what's called an upfront bonus. Upfront bonus is not free money. Upfront bonus is candy for the stupid. If you bought an annuity, an indexed annuity for the upfront bonus, go to the car dealership and buy a car for the stereo system because it makes that much sense. It's stupid. Yes, I'm saying that. If you said, man, that bonus is good, you're stupid. And I'm just smacking the stupidity out of you. There's no person at an annuity company going, you know what? You know, I want to give money away. I really do. I love the people. I might even run for office, but I'm CEO of this insurance company. But we're going to give upfront bonus money away. No, no, no. Board of directors would be like, hecky no on that one. All right? So that's one thing. The other is the index option strategies. Everybody will say, you're going to get market upside with no downside. Principal protection with market participation. Bull crap. If they show you numbers, well, Mr. Jones, if you'd have owned it 10 years ago, you'd have got 7, 9, 10, 11 crapola. That's unicorns chasing the butterflies. This is a stat that I don't even think agents know, but I'm getting ready to educate them if they're watching. And if you're watching, why are you watching? I'm not going to hire you. There's over 800 index option choices. 800. Spoiler alert, all of them are designed to create pretty much the same return, which is CD returns. So what's all the hubbub? We have people out there going, well, you know, I'm really good at analyzing indexed annuity options. Really? Okay, I'm really good at analyzing the palm of my hand. The other day, I counted all the hairs on my forearm. And you know what? It was more fruitful than looking at indexed annuity options and choosing it. You're talking about a monkey throwing a dart, no offense to monkeys. That's a joke. The other thing that's the downside is part of that pitch. Annuity agents say, well, you get long-term care, free long-term care with this income rider. No, you don't. Long-term care is a health insurance product, not a life insurance product. So that's fraudulent. I don't blame the carriers. Don't send me hate mail. You know I love you. But the agents, the sales pitch sounds like this. You get an upfront bonus, 20, 25, 30% bonus. You get that. You get a market upside with no downside. You get free long-term care. Okay. None of that is, all of that's crap. The bonus, as we talked about, crap. It's just part of the overall contractual guarantee. When we quote income riders at The Annuity Man, go to my site at The Annuity Man and quote income riders, we're quoting all with bonus, without bonus. Spoiler alert, the ones with bonuses typically aren't the highest contractual guarantee. No, Stan, you mean they're baiting and switching me? Maybe. The negatives, the cons, and con is a good word. The cons about indexed annuities, if it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time. Okay? So upfront bonus, market upside with no downside, and free long-term care, garbage. That person should lose their license immediately. And if they spend more than a minute on index options, well, this cap and this spread and this participation rate, shut up. Shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. And if you really want to go down that rabbit hole, the book that I've written on index annuities on my site for free will explain that to you if you want to go down a rabbit hole of nonsense. Here's the other thing. On the con side, most indexed annuities, that index option choice and the caps and the spreads and the limitations, which are nothing more than levers to limit the upside, those can be changed, wait for it, at the discretion of the issuing annuity company without consulting you or the agent. Really? So another con over here is, let's just say you bought a 10-year indexed annuity, and the first year cap was 8%. You could get up to 8%. The second year could be 2%. And you're like, how can they do that to me? because they're in control of pricing those index options. You always own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. I encourage you to download my book, and if you really want to go down the rabbit hole and have a real conversation, then email me, stan@theannuityman.com, stan@theannuityman.com, and I will walk you off the annuity cliff before you make some ridiculous decision on hopes and dreams, unicorns chasing the butterflies. I'm assuming we're one of the top sellers of index annuities on the planet because we sell billions of dollars worth of stuff, contractual. But we only look at it at the time of this taping with income riders attached for the lifetime income guarantee. We don't care about that side. It's just a delivery system. I could keep going, Big C, but I know we're up against the clock, and that's okay. The clock is good. Up above me, Counting Clock, is a video, a very important one you need to watch on lifetime income and how life expectancy drives the train of lifetime income. I dispel all the rumors and all the Fed stuff and all that craziness. Click that video. It's very, very informative, foundational when you're looking to put in another part of your income floor for lifetime income. My name is Stan, the Annuity Man. See you next time.